So the first thing that's going to happen when you get charged with that DWI, it's going to be, in all likelihood, it's late at night. You're going to be taken to the police station, whether it's the sheriff's department or a local police department or the state police barracks. They're going to go through the field sobriety tests again with you back at the station. They're going to offer you an opportunity to take the breath test back at the station. Now, these are some pretty important things to consider when you go back to the station. Your refusal to take that breath test back at the police station is going to result in you losing your driving privileges. And it's a decision that you have to think about very carefully. And the police officer or the state trooper or the deputy is going to warn you, is going to read to you from a sheet telling you that there are some very, very serious consequences in refusing that test. After you're done with your field sobriety test and your choice of whether or not to take the breath test, in all likelihood at that point they're going to have you call someone to come pick you up, and you're going to be able to go home at that night. You're going to be given some paper tickets. They're going to give you, depending upon the facts of your case, you're going to get a simplified traffic information for some type of traffic violation possibly. You're going to get a ticket for a DWI and or a ticket for driving in excess of a .08. And if your blood alcohol content is high enough and you did take the test, you could be charged with aggravated driving while intoxicated of having a .18 or higher blood alcohol content. At the bottom of those tickets, they're going to have a date and time and a location at a court for you to appear in. And when you appear in that court, a judge is going to arraign you on those tickets. And the arraignment is simply an instance in the court where you enter a plea of guilty or not guilty. It's always my belief that pleading not guilty at that point and having an opportunity to talk to somebody who is familiar with these types of cases is the way that you should proceed. One of the things that we get asked quite a bit is that at the court, when you're there and you have refused to take the breath test back at the police station, one of the things that's going to happen very quickly is at your arraignment, you're going to lose your driver's privilege. So you're going to lose your ability to operate a motor vehicle in the state of New York. The next thing that's going to happen is that the judge is going to give you a piece of paper saying that you have what's called a DMV refusal hearing. And at that refusal hearing, you're going to have an opportunity to go in front of an administrative law judge. The officer is told to be there, and the administrative law judge on behalf of the Department of Motor Vehicles is going to ascertain whether or not you were warned of your refusing to take that breath test. And if the judge believes that you were given clear and unequivocal warnings of taking that test, the revocation of your driver's license is going to continue, and you're not going to have privileges throughout the course of that case. So another question that we get asked very frequently is, in the instance that you did take the test and you did blow in the instrument and you registered a number of over a .08, assuming that you've taken the test, when you go into court at the time of your arraignment, and this is something that an attorney can help you with obviously, is that when you go in for your arraignment, we can make an application for a hardship license. A hardship license is something that's going to be able to give you the opportunity to drive to and from work, to and from school. After that hardship license, you're able to get what's called a conditional license. And that will allow you to do, if you think of the hardship license as kind of a narrow pathway, the conditional license is a little broader and it's going to give you a little bit more of an ability to operate that car. Again, I'm speaking in generalities, but each case is different, and each case you have to go through the facts and circumstances of that case with your attorney. But that's the normal way. The difference between a refusal case where you're not going to have a driving privilege and a case where you take the breath test back at the station, you're going to be able to have, in all likelihood, some form of a license to allow you to drive. And I always say that the quality of life aspect of taking the test is so much better because you're going to have that ability to at least get to and from work, to and from school.
process?
So at the police station, when you're at the police station and you've been given the tickets, you're going to have that date and time and the location of the court that you're going to have to attend. It's usually going to be a week and a half to 2 weeks out. And when you go in there, as I said earlier, you're going to get that, if you refuse the test, they're going to give you a piece of paper telling you when your refusal hearing is. That refusal hearing is only going to be maybe the following week. It's going to be within 7 days or so from the time that you were arraigned. So the beginning of a DWI case moves very quickly. And I would urge you to talk to an attorney who does these types of cases regularly and routinely so they can help you through that process.